Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to do hopefully a quick layout. It's been a long week, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of update while I'm scrapping. I have two pictures, and this is when we climb Mount Washington. And you see us, like if you would have seen us going up the mountain, halfway, up to halfway, we were like in t-shirts, nothing covering our heads. But once you get above that tree line, it was a 30+ degree day that day. So I think in Fahrenheit, that's above like 100. And with the humidity, like it was super hot. But once you get to the top of the mountain, it's really cold. There's even warnings when you start the mountain that you shouldn't climb on a day that is cool, because there's people that have like frozen to death in the middle of July, because if it's a cool day, then it's really cold at the top of the mountain. I mean, for us, we didn't find it like super cold. We just found it like windy and stuff. Like the wind was a little cooler than it was lower down, like within the trees and stuff. So I think I'm going to make this maybe 8x8. Just, yeah, maybe I'll make it 9x9 and then I can switch it. So yeah, and when you get to the top of the mountain, like even there's like houses up there on top of the mountain, and they're all tied down, like with big chains and stuff, because it is so windy and like it's dangerous that the wind will topple the whole thing right over. So I'm telling you, it was quite the adventure. I'm glad we did it when we did, because now, I mean, we can't even leave our province. Actually, right now we can't even leave our zone. Our zone was brought back, so that we can't leave our zone. So we got to stay within our zone. Oh, look at that. I like that. It's coming together quickly. That's what I love about scraps. Man, these things come together really quickly. Now, this doesn't fit two pictures. Guess what? I'm going to cut it down and make it fit. I just got to find my cutter. I think I'll cut a little bit off. There we go. A little bit off each picture. And then we'll try to get it to fit. Even if I overcut it, it's not a big deal, because I can just cut down that cardstock. Cut down that cardstock. Yeah, like right now I can just cut this down, or I can make so that it's a little bigger mat too. I think I'm going to cut this way too, just so it gives me a little bit more room. And I'm not going to cut away from the sky, because there's not a lot there in the picture. So I'm going to cut away from the bottom of the picture, because there's a lot of rocks. A lot of rocks. Okay. Just gotta cut just a sliver. Of course, if I measured, right, that would be a little faster, but ain't nobody got time for that. I probably spend more time not measuring. Okay, so I'll do about 1/8 of an inch mat all the way around, and then we'll have to cut a little bit from here. So last weekend on October 10th, I had my first virtual crop. It was from 9 to 9. I think we finished 25 minutes early, and that's because I only took 2 20-minute break in the whole day because I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough time to do all the layouts. So, but we did manage to get all 12. All 12 were done, and we got 12 challenges done. And every hour I was, doing kind of little fun things. Like sometimes I would say stuff like, oh, you know that movie where the professor, he's a science professor and he gets cancer, and so he starts making, like illegal drugs. And what's the name of that show again? It's really good. And then people would jump in and say Breaking Bad, and I'd be like, yes. And whoever said it first, they would win. They would win 2 digital prints. So I would do stuff like that, like the whole 12 hours. Or if someone, oh my goodness, Carla, if you're listening, I don't think I have laughed so hard. Anyway, she made me laugh so hard. So for making me laugh, I gave her 2 digital prints. And I think Tracy too. I think that's how Tracy won 2 digital prints too, is from the laughter. So there was a ton, like we made some, we met up with some old friends because a lot of the people that were there were part of Scrapathon 6, which had just finished on September 30th. And so we had a few lives, and we had been chatting in those lives. And then there was new people, so we got to make new friends. And oh my goodness, the laughter. It was 12 hours of laughter. I had kind of made myself little, almost like not cheat notes, but just little things to talk about, because 12 hours of talking is a lot. And I think there's only once or twice that I said, oh, I should look and see what's on my little cheat sheet here to talk about. The conversation was just going all day. Like people were coming in and out. And that's what the nice thing about this is. Some people stayed the whole 12 hours, which was amazing. And, but you can, go in and out. A lot of people said, oh, I have to go do errands, but next time around, I'm going to make sure that my errands are done so I can just stay for 12 hours. And this was a learning curve for me because I had never done a live before that long. I've done lives before, but not that long, 12 hours. I didn't even know if it was possible to do 12 pages in 12 hours. I've never done that. Like even at crops that I went to, I've never, done 12 pages in 12 hours. Like I was blown away, and people were keeping up. People were pretty awesome. They were kicking butt. And so one thing definitely that I'm going to change or add, I guess, is I'm going to give the challenges in the virtual crop group, a few days before, like 5-6 days before, a week before. I'm going to give the challenges so that people can think about them, find the pictures that they need, because one of the challenges, which ended up causing a lot of laughter because people were coming up with some really good ones just on the fly, but it's just to give more people time to think of stuff. It was to scrap about a favorite quote from a TV show or a movie. And my quote was from Friends, and Phoebe Buffet. And when she tells Rachel that Ross, he's her lobster. And then she goes on about, you know, lobsters mate for life and they're just meant to be together and all this stuff. So that's what my layout was from. And people were coming up with different ones, like right off the cuff. And it was really good. So that turned out really good. Okay, how am I going to do this? When I first put it down, it was going well. Now it's not fitting. Uh-oh. So I know I can't go below this. So at least it brings it up a little bit. Like that. Like that. I can go a little bit more. Okay, so that makes it so it's equal. So I like that. So let's glue this down. So that was a lot of fun. It was, and it surprisingly, it went by really quickly. I'm not gonna lie, the next day I was good for nothing, but it was a good day. And the which I didn't even realize, but Saturday was Mental Health Awareness Day, and all day we kept talking about how this was so good for, you know, people's, just your mental health, because, you know, with everything that's going on, and, you know, we trying to stay at home a whole lot more and not go out, and, you know, so this was good. It was really a good thing. And in November, I already have one planned for November. I think I'm going to do them once a month. And in November, it's going to be November 21st. And I'm going to have one in December. And it's just going to be a couple weeks later. But I think it's going to, you know, there's might still be some people that it'll overlap. But I think some people, it's just different, because I'm going to do, basically, I'm going to get ready for my document December. So I'm going to get as much of my album done as possible in that 12 hours. And then I'll be ready for, I know it's December 5th, but I think it'll still work. Even though it's 5 days in, it's only 5 days. It's better than, like, this year. Here we are in October, and I still don't have 2019 done, which, by the way, next week, I am going to concentrate on that. This week, if you've been following me for a bit, you know that we kind of got duped about our old house. We ended up having to pay out $2,546 for something that we didn't purchase, and then they stole it. So it's not even as if we can, you know, resell it and make a little bit of money. We just are out to almost $2,600. And plus we had a buyer for the house, and we couldn't sell the house until that was taken care of. And then, so I paid, actually it was $3,700, but once I called the finance company, and the funny thing is at first they wouldn't even talk to me, and they're like, no, you're not the person that owes us the money. And I'm like, I know, but you guys put a lien on my house, which they're not even owners. And now we can't sell this house unless we pay it, like, or we pay $25,000. We could have fought it, but it would have been $25,000 in lawyer fee. Our lawyer just said, just pay it, because, like, you're just going to end up paying me $25,000. And, you know, yes, if we would have won, then we don't have to pay. But if there's a chance that you can lose, like, it's just not worth it. So we just ended up paying it. Then the financial company was kind of giving me a hard time about giving me proof that I had paid it. And I was like, okay. And I had, when, you know, before I paid it, I said, I don't want trouble and that I can't get proof that I paid for this, because, you know, this is not my debt, but I'm paying it. So you're getting money, which they ended up getting more, because they said, oh, well, yeah. Because I said the water softener wasn't this much money. And they said, oh, well, interest. And I said, but it's only been open for like 6 months. How much interest? Oh, no, it's interest for the entire thing, the entire loan. So anyway, the water softener was only $1,600. So we paid even more than what the water softener was worth. But that's another story. I didn't have a choice. It was, you know, I got him to go down from 3,700 to 2,500. So anyway, it took me all week to get him to just acknowledge. And then the last day I said, you got your money, so I don't get it. He said, yeah, for now. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not as if I can go get the money back. Like, you got it. Like, I can't go back into your accounts and get it back. Like, so they were waiting. What they were waiting for, they were waiting for 7 days to go by, I guess, because I don't know. I don't even know if you can do this, but let's say if I paid it, then wait for it to say, yes, they got it, and then go to my bank and say, no, that I paid that and I shouldn't have, and get them to take the money back. I don't even know if that's possible. But that's what it made me think that maybe could happen. I don't know. Because I was like, I can't go get that money back. So anyway, so finally they sent the letter, or, you know, an email to my lawyers saying, yes, we got the money and we will be taking the security, whatever, on this property. So then the lawyers were happy with that. And yesterday, we went and signed all the papers, and they're signing the papers today, and and then I was freaking out. I'm like, you know I might just be freaking out here, but I kind of don't trust the system right now. I really don't, because how is it that we were forced to pay for something that we didn't purchase? I don't get. And so what if they, you know, give us a check and there's no money there, and then the land is in their name, and then we're screwed again? Like, I was just, and he says, no, this, because it's done through lawyers, like it's in trust, and so you guys are going to get your money. And I'm like, okay. Not that I felt bad, because the couple that's buying your house, they're super sweet. Or my husband said they seem like they're super sweet and everything. So, but it's just, I just don't trust the system right now. Like, you know, we got burnt pretty bad. I don't think I have been, the level of stress right now is pretty high. I'm barely sleeping every night. Even the day of the crop, I woke up at 4 in the morning, and it started at 9, and then I went till 9. So I was up like a lot of hours. But you know what? That probably helped with the giggle factor. Because, oh my goodness, I did giggle a lot. Oh, this is coming together really nicely. And I like the little spots of reds in here. I didn't use this pattern paper, but this is a pretty busy pattern paper, so I'm okay. Oh, I like this. That would have been nice if it would have been like a full sheet. That would have been nice back there, wouldn't it? That would have been really nice. I don't think I got room to add it. Do I? There's quite a bit of pattern paper here. Let me see. Let me see if I can add maybe something here. So yeah, every page that I made, well, that's not true. There was 12 layouts, and one of them, you know, the thing was to use a sketch, but the rest of them was on the fly. So I would just open up a kit like this, and I had all the kits done though, right? Page kits. And I would go from there and go with the challenge. Do I want to put that there? I don't know. How about back here? I just really like because there's really no pattern papers that have the red. So I like yeah, how about if we do this? Let's do this. And we're going to cut down right to here, and we'll turn this into a flag, and we'll put this here. So I find that my pages are very much reflected by what is in my page kits. I go with what's in my page kits, and even if I, you know, kind of I start the layout kind of the same way as I do a few other ones, they end up looking different because of what's in the page kit. And that's what I really enjoy. I might put a few of those wooden cameras here. Why not? Am I gonna have room to put those chevrons? I don't know. Maybe like that. I thought there was, I wish there was 3. Or I can put this, something, and maybe put the chevrons on top or underneath. Yeah, I kind of like that. It really fills this up. Okay. What about a camera? If I just put a camera in one embellishment cluster, I'm okay with that. It's either 1 or 3, you know, one or the other. And then this has different embellishments, but I need something up there. So, but I usually do one embellishment that's pretty big, then one that's medium, and one that's small. So I think I'm going to be okay with that. Let's glue this down because I kind of like how this is turning out. I was going to start making page kits today. I think I only have not very many. I had, you know, trouble finding one for, is that, oh, I have. That was wasted because there was a little plastic cover. Yeah, there's some page kits that I'm like, you know, they just weren't talking to me. So, you know, I'm not saying that I'll never put them together, but they didn't talk to me today. This was the only one that I was like, oh, okay, it's got lots of scraps. I can play with this. So I need to make some more page kits. Now, I was supposed to go to a crop at the next weekend, but because we went back in one phase, I think that's going to be canceled. We're not allowed to leave. And it's where I live. It's the zone where I live. And we're not allowed to leave our bubble. So, like our zone, we're not allowed to leave our zone. So there's no way. And no gatherings more than, it's 10 or less people indoors. And it's got to be people in your bubble. And like there's a whole bunch of different things. So that's probably not going to happen for a bit. So I was going to make page kits for that, but I can probably wait for those. But even if I if I make page kits for my scrap room and, you know, a miracle happens and I'm able to go soon, I can just grab those page kits, like, and then after make more page kits for my scrap room. That's not a, but I need some because all 12 that I made for virtual crop is all used up. So for November 21st, I'll probably open up, like put it up for sale a little bit more ahead of time, because just to make sure that everybody gets logged in. Like I still had people logging in the day of, and so you know, it's much better if everybody's just there, settled and ready to go. And then that's where you're going to be finding your challenges anyway. Okay, I think that's it. So fingers crossed. Until we have the money in our hands, I'm not breathing. I'm not taking a breath until we have that confirmed in our hands, because it just seems it's one issue after another with that thing. So, so hopefully that's something that's going to be taken care of today. And then we have a few other things that needs to be done. Our new truck, when we got it, there was the running boards that were damaged. They said they were going to fix that for us. We haven't heard from them yet. We bought the truck in May. Here we are in October. So I said to my husband, one thing at a time. We're going to deal with this and then we'll deal with the other stuff after. And our travel trailer too, it was 2018, but it was new. So there was a couple things. The awning, the radio was all scratched up. So they said they were going to fix that for us. We haven't heard from them either. And I know with everything that's going on, but it's been, you know, 5 months there. So we're going to call and see if we can get that fixed now that we're done camping for the year. So we don't mind if the trailer goes in, you know, for a week or so to get fixed. And same thing with the truck, you know, we won't need it to pull anything. So it can go and get fixed. So that's other stuff that I need to get taken care of next week. So this is what I have left for embellishments. I had quite a bit of embellishments, like, you know, there's quite a bit in each cluster. I have a few pattern papers. So compared to what I had quite a few pattern papers. So this is good. You know, I'll be able to do maybe another layout with this. I'm not going to get rid of these because you can tuck them at the top and the bottom and make it look like it's a whole layer. But cool. Another page done. I don't think I'm going to do a title on this. I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling, talking about how cold it was. And, you know, I'm going to put the year. This was 2016. July of 2016. So I'm going to put the date because it's funny, because when I do the layout, I remember when it was, but then I can look at this 6 months from now and go, when was that? Which I don't understand. It's not as if my pictures, which I wish they were, but it's not as if my pictures are, you know, in boxes where I went to get them in the 2016 photo box, where it's just in the boxes that you pick them up. Years ago, I was really good. My older pictures are all nice in boxes, so I got to get back to that. That's one of the organization that I need to do in my room, is all my new photos, get them in those boxes so that everything is organized. But that's it. That's going to complete this layout, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.